I'm sitting here as the sun is coming up and a new day is starting on our city. And I'm thinking that it is so good that that viewer commented about adding the consumer electronics factory, and B, that I listened to that comment and actually put down the consumer electronics factory. It has made a really nice difference to the financial portion of our city as we approach the 10 million simoleon mark. We've got a nice steady stream. Look at that plastic alloy in the city. Here comes a processor truck. There goes a processor truck. Here comes plastic. Excellent, excellent. We've got computers being produced. We've got a lot of processors already in storage. We've got alloy plastic being imported. We've got alloy and plastic being created from our recycling. Nice, really nice. And as I sit here, I am coming to grips with the buildings here. Remember a couple of episodes ago, I said I was a little bit because I was struggling. Do we stay with medium density buildings or do we go with a few high density? And I said that I wasn't sure how I was feeling, but how I was feeling about these high density high rises. But I don't know, it seems to be working for me at this point. I'm liking that this city has definite neighborhoods. I mean, you can treat this as kind of that downtown. It's not a full-blown large urban area, but this is kind of that downtown, a little bit more of a the government shopping, for lack of a better word. This is kind of that one of our educational areas with some residential. This might be our waterfront suburban area. This is kind of where people come in via train, kind of that hub where people come into the city. Industrial area, and then our specialized industry. But yeah, nice, nice. And I like this. Even when it was dirt, I talked about how much I liked this particular entrance to the city, but nice. I am really happy with this. I think we've gotten off to a really good and solid start to this season, to this region with the first city. But yeah, welcome back. We've got some things that I want to do. The first thing that I want to do, I was talking about how this has become kind of that hub. So much so that I'm now feeling like this is out of place. You come into the city via train and you kind of come into a neighborhood within the city that's got some shopping and some residential, and you can catch a bus to other parts. And I kind of want not only train, but bus here. It's okay for my shuttle bus to be out here because shuttle bus is really that transportation within the city. But this is people coming in from outside. And you can see just a few, just the thought of these people coming in and just walking this way to get into the city So first things first. I'm glad that we did not leave that water pumping station there and that we moved it here because I think bus could go there nicely. So let's do that. And once the bus hires, we'll get rid of this. So let's do this. And there's really only one place right about there. It's a little off. Is it off center? Just a bit. But I don't see any other place. And I don't want it off like that. Yeah, this is kind of the only place to put it. Yeah, it's it kind of. Let's do it. Yeah, nice, nice. Let's get a sign. And we had looks like 3 extra. So let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's let this hire. Oh, it's already working. Wow, nice. Well, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, so people were off. Where people were already in the process of going in and starting to work. Let's get rid of this. I liked when I hit this to get rid of that we didn't see any rubble or abandoned buildings, and I hear the fire. We need to check. I think it's been a couple of episodes. We've been so focused on this and this. We have not taken the pulse of this city for a while because it's so helpful to do this every once in a while just to make sure. And look, we are really close. One more export. Is anything coming? Because all it would take is either or processor or computers. And I believe that would get us over that 10 million. Here comes the processor. Yeah, we just went up. This should, and once again, it's just me, but these are those milestones. So close. Almost. And we don't have anything to export out. We will soon. I'd like to see it happen, but may not. As soon as I turn this off, we'll keep an eye on it. We are so close. So close. All right, now let's. Oh, look at that. This is why this is so important. This is going to knock us back from a dollar amount standpoint. Okay, good. Got that. Power. Water. Water's clean. Okay. sewage. I don't think we're anywhere near the next couple of departments. That's going to happen in another city. I'm quite certain of that at this point. It is going on 1 in the afternoon. We should be finished. Yes, we are finished with garbage and recycling collection. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's just take a quick look. Okay, nope. Fire. So it looks like we're having about 6 fires. We're putting them all out. How is our coverage? Our coverage seems to be good. When we started the episode, I heard fire. I heard a fire truck. 0 deaths. How is our capacity? Yeah, I think we are good. Yeah, we're good. Just a few. We got some people leaving here. We could. That's an extremely long walk. I always like to leave this road dedicated to the specialization. Look at the number of people. Let's okay. Where do we put it? Let's leave it on the inside. I want to leave this area. Well, we could do this. Or we could put it over here, close to the... that makes sense. That makes sense to do it that way. Okay. We've got 1 criminal at large. We're arresting 2 criminals per day. We've got... Let's do this. We only have the 1. So this is also a good indication that traffic must be doing pretty well. Let's just get... Let's do that. Let's go back to this because I want to make sure that not only we're good here, but I want to make sure that when we move to the next city, let's put an ambulance. That when we move to our next city, we can send without harming this city. So with that in mind, I know we're good with fire, but let's do that. We added police. Low skill. So low skill, it's gonna complain. That's fine. If we really wanted to, you know what we could do? Somebody commented about high school, but we don't have high school unlocked yet. In this little community, We have one school bus. We did not get rid of the school bus stops. So we'll pick up a few students. Okay. Right. 15-minute wait for bus. Excellent. Excellent. As we start that process of transitioning to our next city, park and rides are going to be, let's not let them drive into the city. Let's do this. So this is a shuttle bus. So I wanted to kind of demonstrate the different buses, how they work. The shuttle bus and the shuttle bus depot, this is service solely within the city. So it's going to go to all the different bus stops, and a bus station is also considered a bus stop. But a shuttle bus is only going to offer service within the city. Now, when you put down the regional bus station, those buses, and you can look, you can see this bus. Actually, let's pause. There's a shuttle bus. It's smaller than the bus that you get with the regional bus station. So you're going to carry more people. But what happens is now you have the opportunity to not only provide service in the city, but this is a bus that if you have other cities set up in your region with regional bus stations, these buses can go to other cities in your region. Whereas this bus is only going to be within your city, your current city. The good thing about a park and ride is that now, if you've got people coming into your city to work, to shop, to go to school, what can happen is you can get people that will park at the park and ride, and then they'll take the bus. So it's cutting down on traffic. You will also notice that we've got cars that are pulling in. So people, your residents within the city, will also go to a park and ride and catch the bus, which will cut down on traffic. So I put the park and ride close to the entrance of a city, but there is nothing that says that you cannot put park and rides in other places. So if you wanted to put a park and ride in a residential area just to get some traffic from the residential to an industrial area, you can do that. We do not have any other cities set up in the region. However, look, here comes a bus and it says came from the region. So just like delivery trucks that are being generated by the simulation coming from the larger region. Once you put down a bus terminal, the simulation will start generating buses that are not our bus. This is not one of our buses. And you can even kind of look, it looks slightly different. But this is a bus that is generated by the simulation that is bringing individuals into the city. So this is a good way of kind of demonstrating the difference between a shuttle bus and a regional bus. So because we put down this regional station, it allows us now the opportunity to have buses that are not part of our city generated by the simulation and coming into the city, bringing in, now this says tourists. This is not a tourist city, but because of the fact that we now have that terminal set up, we now can get some tourists, we can get some shoppers, we can get workers, all coming into the city because of that terminal. That's one of the reasons why it's a good idea to start to transition from shuttle bus to that bus terminal. A couple of episodes ago, we were talking about whether or not we were going to move this for boat. And I don't think I am. We got parks. No rubble, no abandoned buildings. Excellent. 91% approval. We've gone over 10 million. I knew I would forget it and and miss. Wouldn't it be funny if that processor truck that's leaving was the one that maybe not? Oh well. Our low wealth, they're getting a bit of a tax break. I don't think we ever taxed them 12%. All right. Green, we've got a couple of yellows. This might be, they're okay. Can't get to any shopping. We're going to need to monitor. They're doing great. If they can't get to any shopping, at some point they're not going to be happy. Let's take a look at this. See that this huge area of okay. We don't have any high wealth. Do we create a little area of high wealth? We've got jobs for it. It makes more sense to be out here with it. These two parks, let's replace them. Let's make sure that we've got something that's medium. Could do. Let's see how big. Yeah, okay. Let's get rid of these. There. Okay. We'll keep an eye on that. That should change. Some of these houses are now going to transform into mansions. And some of these medium, see, this is going to turn into a high wealth, medium density. That's changing. All right. Good. Good. The sun just went down. We have ourselves a city that's working quite well. We've done our checkup. Look at this. While we were doing our checkup, we've now crossed well over the 10 million simoleon mark. We're now approaching 14 million simoleons. So excellent. Excellent. Look at this. I've got it at cheetah speed just to demonstrate. Look, here comes a computer. And once that computer, that should take us to 14. Yep, 14. Excellent. Very good. Another really good day. Really good day. This city, we are approaching, if we're not already there, we are approaching that point where I believe this city is pretty much, you can always do more tweaks here and there, but I think in the morning we've got some decisions to make, some things to work on, but I think we are starting to get really close to that point where we need to start the planning process of expanding and moving to a new city. But that's to be seen. We'll see what happens next episode. But wonderful, wonderful. This is a really good start to this season and this region. So yes, excellent, excellent. We will see you in the morning.